Hello, hello, hello. Once again, we have reached the saddest time in any anime watcher's anime career. The end of the season. It was a pretty great season. A lot of shows that I'm really going to miss. But before our tears dry, we must turn and look to the future, to new shows. And so we're going to rev up the old Annie chart here and take a look at shows coming next season. I'm hoping it'll be good. I'm so far not seeing a whole lot that I'm excited for. Okay, so let's talk about this. We're sorting by popularity, so this is at the top. A lot of people are very skeptical that this is going to measure up to the first season. The studio switched from Madhouse, which of course is a studio known for its animation quality and for putting a whole lot of work into stuff, to JC Staff, a studio that it has a very mixed reputation, but they definitely are like phone it inners. Like they're definitely people who do not hesitate to skimp, to do things to a budget, to make kind of unmemorable shows. But they're still good shows. Like I love this show, and um, I love this show. It's just that it doesn't have a guarantee of quality in the way that a Madhouse show does. I had heard that even among the staff at Madhouse, there was kind of an additional level of passion with a lot of kind of freelance animators coming in just because they were so excited to work on the project. And I don't know, I just can't really imagine that same sort of camaraderie and dedication coming through with the JC Staff project. I'm also quite skeptical because I'm not really thinking that there's going to be a nice arc for this show to cover. Um, the first season, building up to an ending on the fight against the alien guy, whose name completely eludes me right now, was really well done. I think that was a perfect place to end a season, a fantastic season finale. And this just doesn't really have the same thing. Like, what's it going to be? The aftermath of the tournament, Saitama blowing up Gotetsu, maybe, I guess. It just doesn't really seem to have the same stakes or the same level of drama. I kind of wish they had just waited until Murata has finished covering the Monster Association arc, and then did maybe like a two-course season that would cover that. Because now it's going to be quite a while until Monster Association is finished. So they're going to lose a whole lot of momentum going into season three if they haven't already blown all of the goodwill they have on a budgeted, rushed out, kind of dispassionate follow up. And they have such a big opportunity. Like the first season was such a huge crossover hit. That's done even better after being ported to Netflix and stuff. People kind of word of mouth spreading it. I'm talking about the West here. Whenever I say crossover hit, I'm usually just talking about a lot of people in North America watching it. And I think it's sort of this thing where now a lot of people have heard about it. Rappers are referencing it. It's at a point of cultural saturation between the first season ending and now, more than even during the first season. So everybody is kind of together at this point of anticipation for the second season, and I just really, really hope they don't drop the ball. But I'm so skeptical. I don't know. I watched like some of the trailers and stuff, and I did not get a good vibe from it. Everything seemed very flat. I felt like if they had really good explosive action and stuff that we saw in the first season, and that we saw with Bones' work on the excellent Mob Psycho adaptation, that they would be showing it off, that I wouldn't be able to avoid it, that the good news would have just rushed in. And instead, it's a little too quiet. So yeah, I don't know. This is fine, I guess. I'm a little curious as to how far it's going to go and stuff, but I'm probably not going to watch it. I read the manga, so I feel suitable. This I've heard is good, and of course I like Bones. I think I tried watching the first season a little bit, but I just couldn't really get into it. But good for them, good for people who watch it. Kimetsu no Yaiba. This sounds kind of familiar. Uh, Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba. I don't know. Ufotable is doing it. They make good anime. I don't really care for much of it because I'm not super, well, I'm not at all into Fate stuff, so I don't really follow them too much. There's other things I've done that I like this. I was able to enjoy that despite not really knowing anything about Fate. It's pretty rare for them to do a non-Fate show, it seems like. We're going pretty far back here, and it's fairly consistently just Fate properties. Well, that's something to kind of keep an eye out for, but I don't really care. There's a new adaptation of Fruits Basket, huh? This is, of course, one of a real legendary foundational shoujo series. I don't really know too much about it. And then this was quite popular when I first started getting into anime, like the very first kind of broader steps I was taking past Dragon Ball and Pokemon and whatever else was on YTV. I was aware of this one, but I still don't really know that much about it, despite like 18 years of awareness of it. So I don't know if it looks like it's going to be good. Maybe I'll check it out. I'm always down for some nice shoujo romantic comedy. Kenja no Mago. This does not look like it's going to be appealing to me at all. It's based on a light novel and a manga that probably are really popular, but I've just never heard of it. Sure, a young man is reborn in another world. Dropped. Fairy gone. World where fairies possess and reside within animals, granting them special powers. I don't know. No, I don't think so. PA Works, I kind of get PA Works and JC Staff mixed up a little bit, but I think PA Works generally tries a little harder. And then sometimes they have just absolute masterpieces like Shirobako. I'd say they're about on the same tier in terms of the amount of actual money and talent they can pour into anime. Oh, yeah. The very first artwork was released for this. At last, at last, at last. It was announced way back in April 2018. And then we heard just absolutely nothing about it until I'd say about a week ago. This artwork was announced, or was debuted, and they were like, "It's still coming, it's still happening." So we'll see. Anyways, yeah, this doesn't seem like it's of any interest to me. This I'm kind of curious about because I'm really enjoying the manga. And the manga reminds me a lot of Nisekoi. I think in my mind it's just better Nisekoi. It's Nisekoi without all the stuff I didn't like about Nisekoi. And I love the Nisekoi adaptation. But of course that was done by Shaft. And Shaft is a studio that's like very near and dear to my heart. So I don't know if these guys, Studio Silver, who's never made anything before apparently, not Silver Link, but Studio Silver, and Arvo Animation, which has only ever made this before, which I've never heard of. I'm a little skeptical, but at the same time, this is a pretty massive property. Like, I know the manga is very popular, and I can't imagine Weekly Shonen Jump would just kind of throw the license around frivolously. Like, there was kind of an, an era where I would just assume this is bad, because for a long time, popular shonen shows got like really phoned in adaptations because they just assumed like, oh, you know, the fans of the series will watch it and we don't really need to expand the audience past that because the manga is so popular. So, you know, it just anything will do. And a lot of really major properties were kind of snapped up in this era and kind of got I think, a pretty bad reputation for the whole genre. But nowadays, I think they've learned from things like the Boku no Hero Academia adaptation, and the Nisekoi adaptation for another good example, that you can do better. You can actually expand your audience in the adaptation. The One Punch Man adaptation, another good example, at least the first season of it, became like a huge mimetic hit among normies even. So I hope that they know what they're doing here. I hope this turns out okay. The other thing I wasn't ready for is just how bright all the characters' hairs are. I mean, I've seen color art of this and stuff before, like when it makes the cover, but man, Furuhashi's hair is like really blue. And Sensei's hair is like really pink. I don't know if I can handle that. That might just be a little too garish. So I don't know. I'm cautiously optimistic. Just the still frame of the PV actually has me quite excited. If they're willing to do stuff like this, assuming this isn't the OP or something, they're willing to have big diegetic breaks, kind of in like in a shaft mode where they're doing crazy backgrounds and crazy kind of like visual representations of things happening in the characters' minds and stuff. That's what I want to see. I want to see them go all out in those regards. So I don't know. Carol and Tuesday by Studio Bones, an original series, music sci-fi. Huh. Age where most cultures are produced by. That's an interesting idea. I think this era could come in within our lifetimes even. So that's something that I'm curious to see explored. Oh, okay. You know what? I think I'm into this. This seems quite interesting. And I really do like Studio Bones. Whenever they've done original works before, I think they've excelled at it. Wow, 22 core too. Wow, this is like a big project. They're putting it all in on this one. Something I won't forget. Forever. This is like achievement or something, an eternal achievement. I don't know. Okay, that one's interesting. We're probably gonna keep an eye on that one. Okay, now we're getting into the real stuff. The normie shows are over now. Let's talk about Senko-san. Oh boy, oh boy. So, among friends of mine, among like my anime friends, this show has become kind of like a cult, I guess. I would like to say that we're an official, recognized, substantiated religion, but it's much more of like a loose cult, I guess. A lot of us picked up the manga around when it started, somewhat independently, and then at a certain point, we all just started talking about it incessantly. We would all alert each other and get super hyped when a new chapter was coming out. Then we would go on Mangadex and keep track of how it was doing in like the top chapters ranking. Like, you know, first it would just each chapter was a little bit more popular and it would like work its way up the 6-hour one, and then it started showing up in the 24-hour one. Like, yes, Senko's doing well, Senko's doing strong. Sometimes it would even crack the 7-day chart, which is mostly just there's a new chapter. Mostly just isekai and crap like that. So it's like when the anime was announced, when we learned that it was Doga Kobo, a studio that has been on an absolute home run streak lately, the excitement, the fervor, I cannot describe it. It honestly is becoming cult-like. So I'm very excited for this. I think Doga Kobo is just at the absolute top of their game right now. This is going to be a masterpiece for sure. Cannot recommend it in good faith to anyone for any reason. If you're the type of person who wants to watch this show, you are already going to watch this show. This I'm also super excited for. The manga is fantastic. And the adaptation of Mitsuboshi Colors, another manga from this artist, I thought was really good too. So I have high hopes. It's a different studio than the Mitsuboshi Colors adaptation, but it proved that they could capture the really unique tone of this author's series. Ooh, there's a new PV out. I haven't seen that. I'm a little scared too because the studio isn't really that great. I wasn't super into this show. I thought the action sequences, like the volleyball stuff, was like very, very boringly directed and didn't really have exciting animation at all. So that's got me a little skeptical, but this is much less of a high action show. There's going to be no long sequences of things supposedly being fast and exciting for me to get bored during. It's just character interaction and cute things and singing, dancing and stuff. Oh man, I can't wait to hear Aru's song. Shine brightly, Aru. Don't give up, Aru. Oh yeah, I think this is gonna be good. I don't know. I'm like a little worried, but like, how could you possibly screw it up? Unless it was made by people who hadn't even read the manga. There's no way that they're gonna miss out on what makes it so great. Ooh, a new Madhouse series. This looks super edgy. One day a town is annihilated. Okay, that's pretty edgy. On the first and time, the loner smuggler, they go towards the town, now called Lost, but unexpected obstacles stand in their path. I don't know. I mean, these character designs are really all over the map. Are these idols? What is going on? Is this some other trick? Like, it looks strange and edgy and horrific, and then if I pick it up, it's going to be like Zombieland Saga or something? I'll wait for someone to tell me. I'm not brave to find out on my own. Oh, this. I heard something about this. Oh, yeah, that it's by. Yeah, Ikuhara. Yeah, here we go. It's another Ikuhara project who did, of course, Penguin Drum and Utenia and Yurikuma Arashi. Really unique director, really amazing animation projects that are just all over the map. So I have no idea what to expect from this, but I'd better watch it because I don't know. It's kind of like a cultural event. If I miss out on it now and I try to watch it later, I think it'll just be too overwhelming. It'll already have picked up too much kind of mimetic weight for me to possibly fight against. Just look at this poster. What is even going on? Plus, it's got a lot of Kappa. I love Kappa. So yeah, this is a definite pickup, which is good because so far we haven't had too many definite pickups. Young student's father, historian who's conducted various researches, disappeared recently. Okay, well, oh, I don't know. I don't care. Okay. Ooh, a Koto Club. Oops, I searched for the hashtag somehow. It's kind of interesting. This poster, I think, has just kind of a nice image to it. It's somewhat surreal. All of them carrying these gigantic, heavy antique instruments. Ooh, okay. A delinquent wants to join. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it could be fun. It looks a little shoujo-y, which could be appealing. Never heard of this Platinum Vision Studio. Yeah, no, I haven't watched any of these shows. Okay, well, if I hear it's really action, what action? Aren't they just gonna play their koto? Are they gonna use them to fight? Are they weapons? I don't know what the action tag could possibly be for. This fantasy series takes place in a world where a new continent named Magmal suddenly appears in the ocean. New age of exploration begins. Oh, that's kind of fun. Nah, I don't think so. Modern fantasy manga. Nighttime regional relations. Paranormal and occult. Yokai specialist or something. I guess. Neo Tokyo in the year Galactic Century. Whoa, okay. Oh my gosh, this is long. What, is this just like the whole first episode? Cat and mouse chase begins, and Yan's finance president Yan. What? Yan's finance president Yan takes his subordinates Aro and Gara along for the ride. What? What is going on? Oh, okay, that's what they're doing. Well, I don't think so. Studio Comet. That sounds familiar. Or maybe not. I don't think I watched any of these. This is an odd assortment of shows. Because this is stuff for children, and this is not for children, I would assume. Okay. More baseball. Girls baseball, though. Player takes the... Oh. the fact that they're describing it as if it's a game, as if they did not realize that this is the anime adaptation, as if the anime adaptation is literally just going to be footage of someone playing the game, does not fill me with hope whatsoever. Um, yeah, there's probably no way I'm going to watch that. Here's another MOBA game adaptation. Mix. More baseball. Oh, it's like baseball season. Okay. Okay. High school baseball drama that all ages and genders can enjoy. Interesting. Hmm. I don't know what this is, but there's no way I could possibly like something called Dead Aggression. 13 Buddha. Okay. Now, this, though, is interesting. If this was an adaptation of Tezuka's Buddha, I might be convinced. But this, interesting. Okay, so a while ago they did like another adaptation of Pluto, I think, and I heard it wasn't any good, which was really disappointing. And then I think there was like another Astro Boy adaptation at one point, and like Young Blackjack. There's like all of these Tezuka adaptations and reboots and spin-offs and stuff that are like just kind of on the periphery of my brain, and I kind of allow myself to like get a little excited when I first hear about them, and then my thought is like, well, hopefully, I'll hear that it's really good at some point, and then I'll go and watch it knowing that it'll be good, because I really don't want to be disappointed, and this is the absolute apex of this. Among all of the Tezuka manga I've read, this is easily my favorite. I think it's an absolute masterpiece, one of just the greatest manga projects of all time. Tragically unfinished, but still so full of just stirring ideas and amazing imagery and memorable characters that it feels like you just want to keep writing it in your mind. It feels like even though Tezuka has passed away, that somehow the phoenix will be born again. So it's got a lot to live up to. To possibly wait, it's gonna promote a hot spring bathhouse. Okay, that's a little confusing. There's no studio listed except for Tezuka Productions, that I guess just makes some other shows that have nothing to do with Tezuka, but sure. I actually heard this was good, but I haven't read the manga for this, so I'd kind of like to do that first. What the heck? This is a weird mix of shows. A very weird mix of shows, but I wonder why this isn't... I wonder if this is any good. This is like OVAs, I think. I don't know. I love this guy so much. Acetylene Lamp. I think that's such a cool name. This is genius. Anyways, yeah, so I don't know. I'm like a little skeptical. The only thing that makes me feel at all confident now is the existence of Megalobox. If they can take Tomorrow's Joe, which is another series that I would rank among with Phoenix as like an absolute classic, an all-time classic of the medium, and transform it into something so fresh and so exciting and so well done as that, then there is hope. There's just not a lot of hope, because that's like one time that happened. And then there's so many other times that they just, for some reason, just kind of throw something out there and they're like, hey, you guys remember this, right? Maybe go watch it or something. I don't know. It just seems so disrespectful to me. But it's money. Okay, I don't know what this is. I don't care. I have never heard of this before. Jimoto God Japan. I'm just curious because it says that it was announced at Jump Fiesta. So is this like a weekly Shonen Jump series? Or I guess it could be from like any number of other things. He's developed a martial art based on all the different prefectures in the country. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Is that what he did? Another Gundam series. All the way down here. Is Gundam not popular anymore, or do the Gundam fans just like know somehow that this isn't it? King of Prism, shiny 7 stars. Okay, more iCats. Set 2 years after the other. Okay, so this is like another kind of more major reboot of iCats, rather than just sort of a continuation. Because all of these kids shows will just run for many many seasons. Like they'll do like basically like 50 episodes, I think, pretty much nonstop. So I guess iCats Friends has reached that point now where they're leaping into kind of like a new character set and stuff. So my friends that are into iCats said that iCats Friends was kind of meh. I think they liked it even worse than iCats Stars, which already they had a lot of beef with. But OG iCats, which I've watched quite a bit of, is actually fantastic. I think it's like the best idol anime. It's for kids. It's like 100% for kids, and it shows. But the songs are great, and it's genuinely funny, and the animation's pretty nice, and the characters are great. So I don't know, man. I think it's genuinely the best idol show. Um, I'd kind of like to get caught up with the entire franchise and such, just more for like completeness sake. I feel like I've already seen the best of it, but yeah, check it out if you're into idol anime. I really do think iCats is so underrated, just because it has this kind of stigma of it being for kids. But like, it's so far down here. If this was a new season of Love Live or like some Love Live spinoff or something, it would be top 5 most popular easily. But even though my friends are like, "Ooh, iCats is going downhill," it's probably still better than Love Live. Am I right? Am I right? Please don't kill me, Love Live fans. But I'm right though. I am right. More Pre-Chan, which is yet another children's franchise empire that's not Precure, I guess. Is it? Oh, it's part of Prepara. Okay, of course. All right, all right. And this is another kids show. Okay. Um, with some shorts. Is there any shorts that I'm interested in? No, probably not. Do you see anything? Oh, maybe this? Maybe? What? Like, what is this? Days of Nose. Yeah, yeah. Okay. No, I'm definitely into this. Why is this a short? This should be like a full length series. It's probably going to be like really, really low budget. But I like these characters. I haven't seen them in quite a long time. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'm into that. This has cute art. What is it? Oh, okay. I think maybe I've seen this before. This looks quite familiar. Maybe I've seen other things by this artist. I don't know. Okay. More cinematic. Okay. 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 This is exciting. Who knows when it'll be until I get to watch it. I mean, it's like it hardly feels worth getting excited about movies because there's no real consistency between how long it takes to come out in Japan and then how long it'll be until I can watch it subbed in English. Like sometimes I'll get lucky and it's playing at some festival somewhere near me and I get to go watch it there, which is super hype. And then other times it doesn't, and I'm just sad and I'm just waiting for Blu-rays. So I don't know. I'm just gonna forget this exists until somebody tells me the Blu-rays are out. This I thought was a TV show, so I don't really get it. It's a movie? Huh? But I am excited for this. So I don't really know what to make of that. Uh, is it? I thought I even saw that there was like an episode count announced or something. Am I getting it mixed up with something? This I'm excited for. Jeez, man. I kind of thought part 2 must be out in Japan at least already. It's gonna take them forever to go through all 6 parts. But I watched part 1 and I loved it. So I will definitely watch this when it comes out. But again, who knows when that will be in any sort of way that I can see it. Okay. Ooh, there's Hop Team Epic OVA is coming. That's exciting. And Wataten OVA. That's also exciting. So that's good. Oh, an Uzumade OVA. Okay. And this isn't an OVA. It's just the last episodes that didn't air on TV. Oh, it's so sad. What a strange tragedy this show was. Oh, and Zoku Owari Monogatari, I think, is finally airing in some accessible form. Let's just check this site that you shouldn't know about. Hey, and there it is. Or some of it. There it is. Oh, Raw. Oh. Where is where is subs? Subs when, please? Subs when, please? Okay, well, that'll be exciting too. That's definitely something I've been really looking forward to. Even if it is the absolute last thing that we're gonna get from Shaft's adaptation of the Monogatari series, even though they promised that they would adapt every single novel in the series. And I don't want to make Shaft a liar. I don't want to believe that Shaft could ever lie to me and betray me like that, but it's probably the reality of it. I got a comment tipping me off to this unfortunate situation, and I looked into it, and it seems like, yeah. But who knows? Maybe the manga will keep going and cover absolutely everything, and eventually, I assume, the localizations for the light novels will catch up and finish, so I can experience those mediums at least. But the anime was always my favorite. The Shaft's adaptation of the Monogatari series is such a masterpiece in my eyes, so quite disappointed, but at least we'll get Zoku. Yeah, so let's make ourselves a little list here of stuff I want to watch. So what was it? Okay, One Punch Man 2. We got to. Just in case it's actually good, but I'm probably going to drop it if it is as bad as I fear. Bokuben, maybe. I think it's worth a try. I'm at least kind of curious about how they do it, and then there's a potential for it to actually be really good. Carol and Tuesday, I think we'll try. I have every reason to think this will be good. Senko, for sure. Bocchi, for sure. Oh yeah, and Sara Zanmai. Okay. Really don't know what to expect from this, except to expect the unexpected. I didn't even read this plot summary. I went out of my way to try to avoid reading it because I knew that it would be the Ikuhara project. It's best to go in as blind as possible. This I'm just gonna kind of forget I saw, and then if there's any really compelling reason for me to remember it again, that'll be a pleasant surprise. And the strike which is short. And Zoku! I guess I'll just keep checking to see if that's out. And eventually it will be! Hooray. Okay. I guess that's about it. Don't know what's going on here. Please let me know if you know what's going on here. And then these we're just gonna, again, forget about, and then be pleasantly surprised when I'm able to watch them. So that's a pretty solid season. Maybe drop this. Maybe drop this. Hopefully I won't want to drop that. Yeah, looks quite manageable. There's a few things last season that I didn't get to that I'd still kind of like to watch, so I'd like to have a bit of a break. So if this is a smaller season, that's not so bad. Okay, I think that's all. Let me know. Is there something I missed? Is there something you're very excited for? Are you also going to join the cult of Senko-sen, the always helpful fox? Please do. We're always looking for more members. Okay, bye-bye.